살려야 한다. 타워스 데미지 안 들어가는 것 같다? 들어가나? 마법. 아 지금 너무 자주 죽었는데 잠깐만. 혼란. 안 먹혀. 아이고. 야, 너무하잖아. 자, 싸워. 넉다운. 가고. 광희. 시작부터 센 거 쓰자. 수레바퀴로 한거 이거 필살기. 마법 방어기제. 관통 사격. 오케이, 이거 좋아. 나 이거 내가 필살기입니다. 불안한 진실. 전생지배. 잠깐만. 법사. 마법 제일 센 거 써야 돼. 결빙 폭발. 아니야. 혼란. 마법. 참수자에게 극딜. 차단. 전세집에 걸렸고. 실명. 마법. 신상 불기둥. 실 한번 하고요. 넉단 한 번 더. 참수자 진짜 안 죽는다. 씨. 이렇게 세? 어우 씨. 오우 야야야야야야. 최상급 치고 이렇게 뭐. 쓰러서 일어나질 못하네. 점사. 얘가 장난 아니네. 재판관 참수자가 딜이. 우디칸 별론데. 잠깐만. 성직자 다 했어. 2명 다 했어? 와. 결정타. 안수치료. 야, 이거 너무 센데요, 이거? 잠깐만. 다시 합시다. 성직자가 얻어맞으면 안 되거든요. 성직자는 최대한 뒤로 빠지고 법사랑 이거 한 명씩 붙여야겠는데. 이거 네. 타우스는 놔둬야겠어. 놔두고 여기 극딜. 광희. 타우스는 그냥 수레바퀴로에 한 걸음만 걸어놓고 마법을 방어기제. 안 걸렸나? 전생지배. 아이고. 살짝 뒤로 빠지고 법사도 뒤로 빠지고. 잠깐만. 신상은 불기둥. 윤활. 실명. 잘 걸렸고. 잠깐만. 경이로운 고통. 나는 흡수해야 된다. 영혼의 시련. 쉴드 한번 해야 되는데. 찌그럽 회복. 나 죽는다. 어우, 야. 죽었어. 셀프. 잠깐만. 살려야 한다. 마법 좀 센 거. 살렸다. 영혼의 시련. 점사. 힐. 불안한 진실. 힐 한 번 더요. 아, 죽었어? 아, 너무 세다. 너무 세. 이길 수가 없어. 너무 세요. 네, 이거 어떻게 피를 못 깎고. 최대한 매직이 위주로 한번 써보자. 매직이 위주로. 피 5개씩. 타우스도 5개. 저기 위에 하나 붙이고 마법은 매직이 뭐 쓸까요? 격퇴 인장? 우선은 광희 한번 써주고. 혼란? 마법? 전생지배? 간통사격? 우선은 참수자 석상들 집 재판관 먼저 때리고. 전생지배를 타우스에게 광이 써줬고. 격퇴 인장 매직이 위주로 한번 써보자. 최대한. 윤활. 아씨, 이거 안 먹혔나요? 영혼의 시련. 실명. 당혹스러운 광경. 4칸 남았어. 맞기는 맞는구나. 달긴 다네. 석상은 달긴 다네요. 데미지. 잠깐만. 데미지 뭐 이렇게 많어. 힐. 어우 씨, 얘가 때린 거야 지금? 타우스가? 와. 1대1 가야겠는데. 1대1 가야겠는데요? 결정타. 당혹스러운 관계. 어우, 야, 이거. 네, 야, 마법 한 방에 이렇게 되는 건 한 방에 죽느냐? 너무한다. 너무하네. 윤활. 아씨, 도망갔어. 내가 넘어졌어요. 잠깐만. 부활시켜야겠는데.
It's no use.
억울한 관계.
Need something stronger.
어우야. 격퇴 인장.
This is testing.
불안한 진실. 나 이쪽으로 막. 아이고 다 죽네. 아 데미지 안 달아. 아 이거는 못 깨겠습니다. 네. 우리가 지금 너무 레벨이 낮아요. 딜링이 전혀 안 돼요. 이거는 불가능한데 지금 돌아갈 수가 없죠. 아 진짜 레벨링이 실패 아니야? 여기까지 올 수 있으면 깨야지 왕을. 돌아가지도 못하는데 이건 진짜 게임을 너무. 네 지금 다시 하기는 불가능하고요. 하필 또 여기에 돌아갈 수가 없는 데니까. 갈 수는 있나? 못 가죠. 아 그럼 이게 아예 못 오게 했어야 되는 건데. 예, 이 레벨에 여기까지 올 수 있으면 왕이 깨져야 되거든요. 근데 딜이 절대 안 들어가네요. 이거 그냥 콘솔로 레벨업을 강제로 제가 시켜줄 수 있으면은 시켜주겠습니다. 어차피 뭐 레벨업은 의미 없으니까 그냥 네 콘솔로 보스 깨는 걸로 갈게요. 아 되게 아쉽네. 아 자, 당시 발치에는 타우스의 힘없는 몸이 있었고 영원히 부담을 조용히 짊어지느라 그의 창패 걸그니 어쩌고저쩌고.
In his own way, Theos must have truly believed he was caring.
He was good at serving his god. All those lives. And at the end of them, he was no better than the very people he sought to guide.
영혼을 살펴본다 타우스에. 자, 타우스의 영혼을 순환으로 돌려보낸다. 영혼을 파괴한다. 추방한다. 모든 기억을 파괴한다. 어떻게 할까? 브레시암을 추방한다. 어느 게 좋을까요? 파괴.
It is an ending.
파괴합시다.
Hey.
기계.
I have observed you,
스카인이다.
Watcher. The way you handled that noble girl in Deerford, delivering an idle effigy to her uncle. You have labored at the pleasure of others. That shriveled hag. And now the gods give you orders and commands. Even the exiled queen is not an ungrateful patron. Finish the work Theos began. Strengthen Woodica with these souls and allow her to become the most powerful of all the gods.
왜 전 여태까지 우디카의 대항이 왔습니다. 제가 우디카의 가장 충실한 하인을 묻지는 지금 왜 우디카가 저에게 감사하는 것입니까? 나는 별로 그러고 싶은 마음이 없어요. 돕지 않을 것입니다.
You say that now, but when you're standing in front.
Hey.
We've come to the end of it, my friend.
돌아간다 그러고요.
Astounding. This is beyond either of us. The certainty of the god. It's your decision, of course.
Ah, the end of what we.
So much for Theo. Now you.
Theos, he had hold of your soul from a long time back, seems like. Oh, those can be hard. You'll be feeling better soon then. Good. Got a lot of people out there thinking if it was after which. Hey.
어떻게 할까요, 이건 또? 영혼들을 본래 몸으로 되돌려 보낸다. 어우, 눈부셔.
At your command, the ancient device became your instrument, spinning to life with deafening resonance and gathering up the swirling essence like thread on a great spindle. There, in the pale pulsing glow of the machine that set you on this path long ago, you summoned all your strength, focusing on your objective and blocking out all else. With a single concussive blast that rocked the chamber and sent you tumbling to the ground, you freed the souls from their stasis. Exhausted, your consciousness slipping away, your last sight was of the machine, dark and dormant. Then your eyes closed, and sleep welcomed you at long last. After coming to and searching for some time, you discovered the route Theos used to enter Sun and Shadow, and embarked on a long and arduous ascent back to the surface. You emerged in Terra Evron after days of tunneling through the rubble Theos had left behind, and when you stepped into the daylight, you were faced with a different Deerwood than the one you had left. At your direction, the souls diverted by Theos were guided back to the vessels
네,
originally meant.
내가 잘한 것 같아. 다 영혼이 애기들한테 돌아갔으니까.
Parents of hollow-born children woke to the cries of their infants and looked into their eyes to see them staring back. People fell to their knees where they stood, thanking Helia or Mogren, or even Aethys for their forgiveness of whatever guilt they felt they bore. But for all the relief that had come to some parents, others only found new grief. For many thousands of Hollowborn had died during Wide One's legacy, many by their parents' own hands. For those children, there would be no homecoming. Yet the last Hollow birth was in the past now, and those parents willing to risk trying for a new child were frequently rewarded, often with twins. Many felt they saw Helia's hand in it, and the year would be remembered as the year of Helia's splendor. It is said that Gallowayne is the enforcer of the guards, and is known to hunt down those who wrong them. To wrong Galawain, then, is truly to wake the beast, and the father of monsters took great umbrage at your broken promise to him. Along with Mogren and Abidan, Galawain embarked upon a more direct approach to claiming his quarry. In the months that followed, the frontier settlements of Deerwood were inexplicably attacked by packs of beasts and monsters, suddenly organized and unafraid to approach Kith on their own land. Many such villages were all but destroyed by the time troops could be dispatched from local
네, 갈라웨인이 공격했대요.
Those that weren't destroyed by the beasts of Galawain often found themselves at the mercy of the fires of Mogren. A dry spell throughout Deerwood led to a rash of forest fires on a scale not seen since the War of Black Trees, and many settlements paid the price for their proximity to the wilderness. In the cities, meanwhile, dabblers in animancy who had placed souls into golems and other moving vessels soon found that their creations had risen up against them. Such constructs terrorized their surroundings, killing indiscriminately and often in great numbers before being subdued. With the birth of his hollow-born child, the last threads of Lord Radric's sanity frayed and broke apart, his wife the first victim of his wrath. With a fortress to protect him and a garrison of loyal soldiers at his command, he continued to snuff out all signs of resistance from the citizens of Gilded Vale, real or perceived. In the end, all would hang from the boughs of the village's trees,
길디드 베일 마을
watching
사람들
the
다
vacant
죽였대.
town with vacant eyes. Following the assassinations of Duke Avar Wolfgren and Lady Webb, Defiance Bay was thrown into political upheaval.
다
In the ensuing
나라가
weeks,
예.
the streets had become the domain of looters and blackguards. Few dared to step outside their own doors alone or unarmed. But once the dozens had regrouped in the wake of the riots, they quickly put an end to the criminal activity, patrolling the streets in droves and administering their brand of law on any perceived offenders. They also took the opportunity to depose the weakened Knights of the Crucible from their position of authority, branding them traitors to the people for their actions during the riots. Whatever knights weren't stoned to death in front of their keep were forced into exile. The external contingent of knights stationed at Fleetbreaker Castle would remain there, their high justice plotting the city's recapture. The dozens would soon find themselves overwhelmed by the problems of a leaderless
다 망하네.
metropolis.
다
And in
망해.
the days and months ahead, Defiance Bay remained on the brink of collapse. Though the machine atop Ter Noaneth had been disabled, it had not seen its last use. Heritage Hill was rebuilt, and no sooner had the first families moved in to resettle the district than members of the Leaden Key, acting under standing orders from their Grand Master, climbed the tower and reactivated the machine. The initiates slew a handful of the new settlers under cover of night, and watched as history repeated itself, the victims reanimating and devouring the survivors. After this second incident, the district would remain abandoned. The Duke's assassination at the apparent hands of an animancer had caused catastrophic rioting in the streets of Defiance Bay, and few animancers survived the first day. In the weeks that followed, angry citizens, their rage stoked by word that the Duke had been about to ban the practice, formed vigilante mobs and hunted down the survivors. The sanitarium was decorated with the dismembered heads and torsos of those who had practiced the science, and anyone caught studying it thereafter was soon added to the macabre display. The age of animancy in Deerwood had come to an abrupt halt. In the town of Deerford, an underground cult dedicated to Scan insinuated itself into the town's institutions. It became a popular travel destination for the wealthy, who were actively courted by the town's leadership. But few who visited the town would ever return, as they soon found their fortunes plummeting and their reputations destroyed by their own kin. The rejuvenation of Cadnua was a short-lived endeavor. While the rise of a new master had presented new hopes of the keep being restored to its former glory, time proved otherwise. Plans for maintenance of the structure were postponed time and time again, until ultimately they were scrapped altogether, their master's priorities lying elsewhere. Palagina had gone against the Duke's Bell's orders by inventing a new trade arrangement with the Anamenfath to accommodate the recovering Deerwooden market. With the Deerwood's people still weakened by Weidman's legacy, the Valian republics easily pushed their would-be competitors out of the market. For her outrageous insubordination and audacity, Pallegina was banished from the republics. She traveled north in the Eastern Reach, avoiding Valian ports and entering the ranks of the kind wayfarers. Despite her bravery and dedication to those in her care, her strange appearance made her feel like an outsider wherever she went. Adair chose not to return home. Still conflicted as to his role in the Saints' War and unsure of his place in the Deerwood, he took a ship to Adir and reunited with his parents. There, he resumed the quiet lifestyle he had grown accustomed to in his years as a farmhand in Gilded Vale. When the dust settled in sun and shadow, Aloth looked upon the remains of Theos Ix Arcanon, his former master. He saw where the Grandmaster had gone wrong, and he knew what he would do better. The secret of the gods would be preserved, and with it, the sanity and well-being of all Kith. He donned the remains of Theos's ceremonial garb, and prepared himself for the long and lonely task ahead. After all that he had learned in the Watcher's company, Kanarua could no longer see meaning in his pursuit of the Tanvi Oratoa. He decided to leave what remained of it within the depths of the endless paths and return home. Kana bid the Watcher farewell and sailed back to Rawatai, spending the tempestuous journey reflecting on the time he had lost to the pursuit of falsehoods. His family found Kana much changed, his fiery excitement replaced with a weary solemnity. Determined to change his wandering ways, Kana took up a quiet life as a lorekeeper at the college, teaching young students the traditions of their people. With Theos defeated and the souls released from sun and shadow, healthy children were born once again in the Deerwood. The grieving mother sought a place where she might do penance for the birthing bell. She returned to Deerford, where, to the astonishment of the villagers, she delivered the first healthy child in over a decade. She remained there, and with each new birth, she saw a measure of hope restored to the Deerwood, and a measure of grace for her own troubled past. Durrance continued to blame Woodica for the atrocities of the Saints' War. Believing Magrin to have been a pawn in the machinations of the Queen that was, and feeling that Theos's expulsion had been a step towards reconciliation with his goddess, Durrance tried for a time to reopen communication with her. When only silence came, he took it as a condemnation of his continued existence. Ultimately, he built a pyre and threw himself upon it, using his own shattered staff as kindling. You and Sagani never found Persoc together. The Adra figurine had gone dark by the time they emerged from Sun and Shadow, and it was another month before Sagani finally accepted that Persoc's trail had gone cold again. Her search took her beyond the Deerwood and as far as the Living Lands. She saw the great coastal cities of Rawatai and the ruins of Old Valia, absorbing the details of these strange and distant lands. 20 years passed before the Adra figurine finally glowed again. When it did, she followed its signal to a quiet hamlet on the outskirts of Adir. There, she met a young farmer and told her of her past as an elder of Masuk. Sagani returned to a village that had forgotten her face, but remembered her story. Masuk greeted her with cautious warmth, and Sagani found that their ways had become strange to her. She also learned that Kalu had perished of winter fever a few years before, and her middle child, Najuo, had died in a raid. But she found her daughter Yakona a hunter and mother of 3, and her son Malak a builder of mighty walls. In them, she came to find her place in the village, and the familiar contours of a world that had changed in her absence. For you, the death of Theos brought an end to your waking visions, and a silence to the whispers of the past. In their absence, you were able to sleep. The questions of a distant lifetime ceased to trouble your soul. All that remained was what to make of the answer. But at the moment, there was little to be done, and the matter would have to wait. A long journey loomed ahead.
네, 이렇게 해서 필러스 오브 이터니티 엔딩을 드디어 보게 됐는데 좀 뒷맛이 개운치가 않네요. 엔딩도 그렇고 또 마지막에 난이도가 네, 그 레벨로 보스를 잡지 못하게 됐을 경우에는 좀 더 레벨업을 할 수 있는 뭐 그런 기회가 있어야 되는데 이렇게 되면은 뭐 어쩔 수 없이 치트로 엔딩을 봤는데 거기도 조금 아쉽네요. 마지막에 다 클라이막스가 돼서 환희 이끌어내는 구간이었는데 예, 영상 올리면서 처음 한번 치트를 써봤는데 네, 그래서 필러스 오브 이터니티는 여기서 마치도록 하고요. 예, 다음 영상으로 또 찾아오겠습니다. 큐디였습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사드립니다.